Hello everybody. I just want to go over the instructions for the project called Interview a Local Musician. This is a term 1 project, so it's actually worth quite a lot. It's actually worth 12.5% of your final grade. So it's important that you do a really good job on this one to get the best mark you can. Now, the due date for that one's coming up very soon, so I'd like for you to check your assignments list under the Dropbox to make sure when that assignment is due, because it is due quite soon, so you want to get working on it. Okay, so what you need to do in this assignment is you need to identify somebody who you can interview, a musician. Now, there's a couple of rules there. The musician has to be outside of high school, like they can't be a student that's still in high school. They need to be somebody who's older than high school age. And it had to be somebody who's either played a lot in the past or is playing a lot now. It doesn't have to be a rock star. It doesn't have to be somebody with a record contract. It might be a friend of your family's that plays a guitar. Just a musician or singer, that's some of you may know. Now, you can interview somebody over the phone. You don't have to interview in person, so feel free to use the phone. I will advise you to record your interview so that later when you're trying to transcribe all of what the person said, you can easily do it by stopping and starting the tape. So use a tape recorder or an MP3 player or something else to record the entire interview. Now, what you need to do for the interview is come up with 25 questions that you're going to be able to ask that person. The 25 questions have to be questions that are going to get long answers out of the person. For example, a bad question would be, can you play guitar? Because the answer might be yes or the answer might be no, but that's a short answer. So you need to come up with something that's going to get long answers out of the person. For example, tell me about your experience in playing the guitar. So they may say that, well, I don't really play the guitar very much because I don't really enjoy it, and they might get into it, but you're trying to get long answers out of that person. Another example of a good question might be, tell me about the people who taught you music. And that will get long answers, rather than saying, who taught you music? Because they might say, well, my mom or my friend. So ask questions that are going to get long answers out of the person. And that's the bulk of the assignment. You're going to be graded on the quality of your questions. Now, what you need to submit are the following: 25 questions that you came up with, the 25 answers that the person gave you, a cover page, and on the cover page you're going to have your name, the date, the course name, my name, and the person you interviewed. And also, the last thing is a conclusion. And the conclusion is going to be what you learned from this assignment, what you learned from the interview. Now, you may say something like you learned, the value of practice, and you can see what a person has to go through in order to become a good musician. Or maybe you might say that you didn't learn very much from the assignment. But whatever you decide to put down in your conclusion, it should be detailed, and it should be, your own thoughts. So, and those are the things that you need to submit for the project. Now, also make sure it's nice, neat, and tidy. If you're going to do it by hand, writing it out with a pen, then make sure I can read it. Make sure it's nice and clear and clean. If you're going to use a word processor like Microsoft Word or WordPerfect to record it, then that's fine. Just make sure that it's nice and tidy and neat, and proper grammar and proper punctuation. So make sure all that stuff is in there. And if there's any questions or any problems, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to give you a hand. So get at it as soon as possible, and get it sent in as soon as possible, and good luck. And if there's any problems, you send me an email or give me a call, and I'll help you out. Okay, good luck.